This is my post-fight reaction to Hrgovic versus Joe Joyce. Very good fight. Joe Joyce came out the fight really. He didn't want to hit the ground and let any kind of extra things kind of dictate this fight that he had with Hrgovic. And we know these guys have fought before in the amateurs, but this fight was very good action-packed fight. I think Joe Joyce punched a lot more than he did in recent fights. A lot more action. I think he was pressing himself. Showed a lot of heart, to be honest with you, because I felt like going into this fight, he'll probably be a little slower than he's been before. But he was going against that age, and he was really putting his hands out there. But Hrgovic was just too active as far as countering. Um, you can feel, you can see that he was confident. He was worried a lot about the power a lot though. It's not. I'm not gonna just throw that out there. Very worried about the power early. I mean, throughout the whole fight, really, you can tell that Joe Joyce has real power because these guys don't want to just stand in the pocket with him, especially when Hrgovic was getting close to the ropes. He made a concerted effort to get away from the ropes, turn, go back to the center. Joe Joyce was staying on him, man, with that jab and trying to catch him with the right hand. And Hrgovic was coming across with the right hook, going to the body. I thought the body shots would have did Hrgovic a lot better before he got to the middle rounds. I thought the body shots would have slowed Joe Joyce down by then, but Hrgovic did not focus on the body shots as much as I thought he would have. He could have made it easier for himself. These guys was throwing some hard shots, though. I felt like they took some hard shots from each other. To be honest with you, I didn't. I was surprised nobody went down in this fight, just because I thought that if these guys, I knew it was a very good chance of it going the distance, but I felt like if these guys were going to stand in front of each other the way they were, it was going to be hard not to get knocked down. But when you got guys like this that show heart, and then you got this type of style like Joe Joyce, his style is different against certain opponents. He looks different against Parker and Chisora and Hrgovic. He looks different against Dubois and against Joe Joyce. He was a lot more aggressive against Dubois, to be honest with you. Um, Something about his eyes. He keeps getting cut over his eyes. I don't know why. Has a lot to do with defense, but as well, but the tissue probably just ain't there because he's been out for about a year and he still has another cut over his eye. But he did a good job in the fight, man. He was able to counter punch well, hang in the pocket, and not really try to just completely abort mission. He was on the task at hand, and he knew that Joe Joyce was going to pressure him and try to come after him, especially with them having history. Joe Joyce definitely wanted to let him know that he was going to be there, and this was not a fight where he was just going to lay down and let it go to the scorecards. Definitely try to go for a stoppage. But this guy's just different, man. Hrgovic is a different fighter. That's why I felt like in the Dubois fight, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. Most fights where Hrgovic is in a close fight, it does look worse than it actually is. Most of the fights he gets like this, people tend to think that he loses. You can't, just the way he fights, it makes it seem like he's the lesser man in the fight. So sometimes when you watching his fights are hard to judge. So I can understand why some people feel like it's a certain way because some people look at different things in the fight, but because Joe Joyce was pressuring, throwing a lot of hard shots, but Hrgovic was able to hang in there and got the job done. Was able to get the decision, and I think it went to the right guy. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.